The SEC Media Days are going to be happening next week. We will be out there next Wednesday. Tuesday is the day that Georgia will be meeting with the media, and Kirby Smart deciding to bring Gunner Stockton to the SEC Media Days next week is a strong indication. Dimino, a lot of people are saying that the quarterback battle has been settled. It is Gunner's job to lose.
Well, it also tells me that he believes Gunner Stockton is ready to handle the responsibility of meeting the media. This is the other part of this. What you say at the SEC Media Days and what you say over here is going to be compared to what you say over here compared to what you say over here. So they're going to be briefed. They're going to, I hate to tell you, it's going to be a little bit Bull Durham-ish. Make sure you don't do this, but if you can be a little bit evasive, be a little bit evasive. Don't really double down. Don't give anybody bulletin board material. But the fact that he's having him go there tells me that they believe he's responsible enough to talk about quarterback battle competition. What is it that you have to do? How secure do you feel about your job? Are you looking over your shoulder? They must believe that he's capable of answering these questions, or I guarantee you he would not be one of the three.
Linebacker C.J. Allen, corner Dalen Everett, the other two players representing the Dogs next Tuesday. Now, it is interesting that he's bringing Gunner Stockton when he did not allow either Gunner Stockton or Ryan Puglisi after the G-Day game to talk to the media. He spoke, Kirby, about the quarterback battle, the quarterback stats from that game. But only Kirby spoke, and now it's Gunner Stockton, so even more of an indication that he is the guy starting at quarterback.
Yes, he's the guy that is deemed right now the most responsible quarterback in the room. Not only perhaps with the football to be determined, but also being the guy at a microphone, because you could have taken you could have brought one of the new wide receivers. You could have brought a running back.
Alabama's got a quarterback competition. They don't have a quarterback coming to SEC Media Days.
Nope.
Because of the competition.
Right. You're worried about, not that the kid is going to sabotage you or the program or even himself. Nobody wants to do any of that stuff. But you might get tongue-tied. You might get twisted. Somebody might ask a question that gets a little bit wonky, and you start saying stuff that you go, oh, God, wish I hadn't said that. And then the school tells you, you know, who the hell did we have on? So, the year before, a kid, it might have been when you were out. It might have been when we were down at the College Football Hall of Fame. The year before, a kid made headlines at the SEC Media Days. We had that coach on, where I talked to the coach off to the side. He goes, oh, let me tell you, that was a bad plane ride home for him, because we had gone over this. This is like a playbook. We had gone over this. How did you get caught up in that moment? And then you have to teach. This is what now you did, which will be a headline or somebody's going to pick it up. Context, misconstrued.
So you trust now Gunner Stockton to be that guy to address the media if you're Kirby Smart. And don't forget, he is a guy replacing a guy that is making $4.3 million, according to reports. Carson Beck to play at Miami. According to On3, the college football site, Gunner Stockton does not rank among the top 100 in NIL valuation right now. So this is the guy that everybody rallied around last year because he was the normal guy, and Carson Beck was seen as the celebrity. Can that, again, play to his advantage, Gunner Stockton, this year?
Well, he was the pickup truck guy, and I think everybody loved
Apparently
that.
He still is.
Yeah, well, here's the thing, though. You could also be setting up 4 games in when everybody talks about, oh, now we got to talk Johnny off a ledge because he's letting it be known that he really should have more. I don't know the kid's personality. It doesn't sound like he'd be that way.
It doesn't seem that way.
But how about it goes a whole...
success can change a lot of people.
How about it goes a whole year? And the transfer portal, hey, man, transfer portal is built for dudes like me. There's more money over there unless you give me more money. So it's a double-edged sword not being an NIL guy. Nobody on that team could look at you and go, oh, fancy pants. Kid hasn't done anything. Look at him. He's got money falling out of his pockets. He benefits from that. But at a certain point, if it's going well, something will have to be done to adjust that.
He was at the Manning camp last month. USA Today talked to him and asked him if he saw any similarities between himself and Stetson Bennett. He said mobility, and he had a lot of swagger with what he did. I see myself with some swagger as well.
We just haven't been able to hear it, and he hasn't been on the field long enough to actually show us what he's talking about.
Now, Jake Fromm replaced Jacob Eason, but he was really the first true starting quarterback, as Eason got hurt early during the tenure of Kirby Smart. And he had some things to say to our friend over at Dog Nation, Brandon Adams, about Gunner Stockton and Kirby Smart and maybe the big picture here.
Coach Kirby Smart playing this narrative into his hands. Just thinking from his perspective, this is kind of right where I want the team, right where I want Gunner. I want Gunner in this hungry mindset, but I don't want to put too much on his shoulders. I don't want to put too much pressure or stress and just feeling like the weight of the world is on his shoulders. Man, I want this guy to go out there, play free, play relentless, and not feel like he has to do every single thing for the team and for the team to have success.
It's interesting because I think that's how Jake Fromm, when he started his Georgia career, was treated by Kirby Smart. So he's a guy that knows.
You know what we don't talk about enough? There was an evolution with Nick Saban, and it was Nick Saban becomes the media guy when the media was the enemy. They were the devil. We saw that, and good for him because he's really good in the media, and he obviously was really great at coaching. We saw a couple of quarterbacks. They didn't throw the ball a lot until Nick Saban trusted you to throw the football. Then all of a sudden, those pages, blow the dust off. We're actually going to let you do this. That's what Gunner Stockton is dealing with. Kirby Smart lived that with Nick Saban. He saw that. You get as much responsibility as you can handle. You know what you don't have the entire playbook. It's too much. We don't know if you actually protect the football enough.
If you
Show
do
me you
it
can.
well this week, then you get another page,
Absolutely.
then you get another page. I totally agree with you. Then
So
we open up the playbook if you prove you can handle it.
Yes. And Kirby Smart saw that with Nick Saban. Like, Nick Saban didn't have to say it. We saw it. Whoa. He's throwing on second down here. He thinks his best opportunity to pick up 8 yards is having this kid throw. That didn't happen 3 weeks ago. That's the evolution with a guy like this.